yours a very happy holiday.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust. Serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Ahead on primetime, 2 people are dead after a weekend shooting in Harmon. Now 1 man is under arrest. Plus, a charter school measure goes up for discussion during a public hearing in the Capitol. And more than 200 UOG students turn their tassels during the university's commencement ceremony.
Hafide and good evening.
We begin with that tragic news, 2 dead and a 3rd individual under arrest.
The Guam Police Department is piecing together what unfolded Sunday night, moments before a man opened fire in the Harmon area. Already one of the victims has been identified while a second awaits autopsy on Tuesday. He was on scene when police arrived. On him, a handgun registered to his name.
24-year-old Joseph Nicholas Sagdahl from Jigo, for 2 counts of aggravated murder, 2 counts of possession of a deadly weapon and use of a deadly weapon, and 2 counts of reckless conduct. Mr. Sagdahl has been booked and confined.
Chief of Police J.I. Cruz could only provide limited details on the shooting case, which remains under investigation.
This was not an incident that just sparked up. This is not in any way ethnically driven. It's not a racial incident per se. We believe that there may have been an altercation that ensued while the parties were at the Hamlani apartments.
The police believe the altercation may have started at Hamlani's Harmon apartments just down the street. Landlord Vinod Hamlani reports otherwise. According to a security guard on duty, there was no sign of a disturbance. None of the individuals involved, Hamlani reports, are tenants of the complex. According to an autopsy performed Monday afternoon, the first victim has been identified as 18-year-old Broky Tomaso. The Okuru High School student sustained a gunshot wound to the head through and through. Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Aurelio Espinola confirms it was a distance shot. That means the gunman was more than 2 feet away from the victim when the shot was fired. The second victim has yet to be identified. No word yet on whether the victims and the alleged shooter knew one another.
We're trying to establish whether there were relationships between any of the individuals, so all that we're still trying to ascertain.
Police also telling media the suspect was on scene with detectives today.
At this point in time, he is cooperating with the investigation.
The police chief also saying the suspect had to undergo clearances and other background checks when he registered for a gun license.
Because he is a registered, the firearm was legally registered, and it was registered to Mr. Sagdahl. That leads us to believe that the checks were conducted and that he was within the confines of the law to be able to own and possess a firearm.
Sagdahl will make his first court appearance on Tuesday. About the same time, an autopsy will be performed on the second victim. To view GPD's press conference in its entirety, visit our Facebook page. After learning the identity of one of the victims, the Guam Department of Education Superintendent John Fernandez issued this statement saying, quote, "We are aware a GDOE student was shot Sunday evening and our condolences go out to the victims and families of all involved. We will ensure that the Guam Department of Education is providing all supports necessary at the school level. We will not be releasing any further information until law enforcement completes its investigation and makes other information publicly available," end quote.
New details are released after a Manila man is busted again on drug charges. Court documents state Marvin Matanani was apparently bullied by someone else to allegedly sell drugs out of his home. He was picked up on Friday and is charged with possession of a Schedule II controlled substance, criminal facilitation of the delivery of the drugs, and keeping a dwelling resorted for the purpose of drug distribution. Authorities had been tipped off about the alleged activity. Matanani is facing similar charges after being caught with the drug ice last month. He's being held on a $5,000 cash bail. A 32-year-old man is under arrest for allegedly molesting a teen girl known to him
Dinar Jovan Regis Atalik is charged with first-degree criminal sexual conduct. The alleged incident occurred in the summer of 2016. The victim told authorities they were in the car together when they stopped at a beach. That's when the suspect allegedly forced himself onto her. This all happening despite the teen telling him no repeatedly and even crying. Atalik was released on a $10,000 performance bond.
An 18-year-old arrested on burglary charges earlier this year is now facing drug charges. Darwin J. Fortress is charged with possession of a Schedule II controlled substance and criminal trespass. Police responded to a Tumon condo early Saturday after a security guard reported a man trespassing onto the property. Authorities took him into custody and later found a straw with ice residue. Fortress's bail is set at $5 grand.
They're accused of $490,000 in food stamp fraud. Singeo Singenes, who owned and operated S&I Mart in Barragata, as well as Innocencia Esterom, are charged with wire fraud and unauthorized use of food stamp benefits from March 2011 to September 2013. A federal indictment states the duo knowingly and willfully devised, participated in, and executed a scheme to defraud and to obtain money from the United States Department of Agriculture and the Food and Nutrition Service in connection with food stamp benefits. The over-month-old indictment was unsealed late Friday afternoon, shortly after the duo made their first court appearance and pleaded not guilty to the charges. Trial is set for February 20, 2018.
A man facing robbery and theft charges is now being accused of attacking an officer while being held at the Department of Corrections. Chris Jr. Anderson Tatautau is charged with assault on a peace officer. Officers responded to a report of a detainee saying, quote, trying to get attention, at the Hagani detention facility Saturday afternoon. The detainee complained he wanted to be transferred because he, quote, feels like a dog in a cage. At one point, he called the officer out to fight. As the officer attempted to restrain him in a chair, the detainee then allegedly headbutted the officer. The officer had to be treated for a busted mouth.
Will medicinal marijuana be a reality by next year? A bill that sets new rules and regulations for the program is speeding through the legislative process. The Health Committee held a markup hearing Monday as Chairman Senator Dennis Rodriguez continues to fine-tune the measure with input from stakeholders.
Extraordinary situation with this, with this program. And so if we're able to get the procurement of a tracking system, the seed-to-sale tracking system in place sooner rather than later, then the program would really run smoothly.
The required tracking issue is one of several sticking points Rodriguez is working to resolve. He says it might seem overly ambitious, but he is pushing to have the first dispensaries in operation as early as next year. A previous legislature rejected the rules and regs first submitted by Public Health, and it's been more than 3 years since a referendum legalizing medicinal cannabis.
Gain the public's trust back that this is a measure that we have every intent of fulfilling and ensuring that we get access of medical marijuana for our patients.
Rodriguez plans to hold a final public hearing on Thursday morning and will then push to get the bill on the agenda for the next legislative session.
Well, a new year, but no new charter schools. 2 charter schools might still be on the back burner.
In December's work session, the Charter School Council did not vote for CIFA or Career Tech Academy, waiting for a public hearing on Bill 191, a bill that, if passed, would mean the council can approve both. Carmen Terlahi reports.
It might not be the Christmas expected for those who wish to see new charter schools start next September.
I hate to be the Grinch that stole your Christmas, but really, seriously, this is impossible. It cannot happen this year.
Citing Trump's tax plan and lack of government appropriations, Speaker Cruz says the budget is a point of concern.
We first have to figure out what the revenue is going to be for next year. We can't be planning to buy new cars. And this rush to buy a new car or to go to Disneyland ain't happening. We don't know how much money we're going to have in the next year.
Amanda Bloss, chairwoman of the Charter School Council, responding that if Bill 191 is given approval, the Charter School Council could approve both schools and the schools could work with the budget limitations.
Like I said, we've had numerous work sessions with them, and I believe they will also be telling you about ways they'll be funding their school outside of the appropriation. That is definitely one of the questions we asked, because we do consider that. We consider the budget constraints.
Losing 900 students to charter schools in the past 3 years and citing $8 million of loss, Superintendent John Fernandez stood by his word that the charter school budgets should be separate from DOE. GEB chairperson Maria Gutierrez says the Guam Education Board also opposes the bill for reasons of accountability.
We do not believe that more non-converted charter schools should be allowed without the Guam Academy Charter School Council addressing the accountability issues raised by the current charter schools that are experiencing financial challenges.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Carmen Victoria Terlahi.
And you can view the GEB and GDOE's testimony on Bill 191 on KUAM.com.
Stick around for more news here on Primetime.
You're watching KUAM.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
'Tis the season for giving with IT&E gift bundles. Get a free wireless charging pad when you activate a Samsung Galaxy S8, the S8 Plus, the Note 8, or any of the latest Apple phones. Get up to $40 free load when you buy select prepaid phones or pick up the Figo Atrium 2 and get a free SmartFit watch. Check out our Facebook page for details. IT&E. Life in motion.
2017 is rapidly coming to an end, and the big finish is on now. At Cars Plus in Mighty, get big year-end savings on a big selection of new 2017 Ram trucks, Jeep Wranglers, Dodge Challengers, and all Fiat models. Plus, buy from Cars Plus today and receive a Cars Plus value card, where you get 21 cents off per gallon at all Shell stations. Big savings and 21 cents off per gallon with a Cars Plus value card when you buy during the big finish at Cars Plus in Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Be merry, be bright, and make shopping all right with holiday gift cards from Chuck E. Cheese's Guam, Ruby Tuesday, and King's Restaurants. Receive special offers with every purchase for extra holiday happiness. See stores for details and have fun this season from all of us at the GFS Group.
For 20 years, Matson has been an important part of our everyday lives. Bringing in the cars we drive, the food we eat, and the materials that helped build our homes. From caring for our land through the Adaki Itanu program to generously supporting our local charities, Matson has contributed to the preservation and growth of our island. On behalf of those you've served throughout your 20 years on Guam, Sida Smaasi Matson.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Welcome back. Several government agencies are in the spotlight after they failed to comply with submitting their citizen-centric reports 2 years in a row. The Office of Public Accountability listed those agencies as being the Department of Agriculture, DISID, Guam Homeland Security, and the Governor's Office. The CCR is mandated to ensure that the government provides financial data to the public. The OPA states these non-compliant entities have neglected their responsibility to provide information regarding government operations and how taxpayer dollars are spent. You can read the report at guamopa.org.
Governor DeCalvo and CNMI Governor Ralph Torres have entered a memorandum of understanding establishing the Marianas Working Group. The MOU is being used as an instrument to solidify the mutually beneficial relationship between both governments. The administration says the MWG aims to establish a forum where matters affecting both Guam and the CNMI may be addressed and mitigated. The working group further aims to speak with a collective voice on local, regional, and national issues to develop policy solutions to benefit both jurisdictions.
Well, it's part of the celebration of the National Guard's 381st birthday. Guam National Guard members and others came together over the weekend to meet the 2017 Top Airmen and Soldiers of the Year. Among the awardees, the 2017 Soldier of the Year is Specialist Justin De Leon Guerrero, and 2017 Airman of the Year, Airman First Class Frankie Sablan. The Guam Army National Guard winners will move on to the regional competition, and if they win, they will move on to compete nationally. The Guam Air National Guard winners now move on to vie for the top airmen among the Pacific Air Force's Air Guard units. If they win at this level, they will compete in the Air Force-wide selection of the top airmen.
A big congratulations going out to the 280 graduates from the University of Guam's first fall 2017 commencement ceremony held at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse over the weekend. There were 216 undergraduate degrees and 64 graduate degrees, making this the largest graduating class of any fall semester. UOG President Dr. Robert Underwood gave the welcoming remarks.
You're ready to engage the world. You're ready to meet adversity, knock on closed doors, break down barriers, reach your potential, make your mark here in Guahan, in your home island, or wherever you go.
Class valedictorian was Dayanara Flores. CNMI Governor Ralph Torres was the commencement speaker and challenged the graduates to fight for themselves and their futures.
Well, more of our youngsters have taken on the half-a-day pledge. Local preschool and elementary students joined several kid-focused businesses and organizations over the weekend to become the newest members of the HAPS Kids program. The half-a-day pledge program is cornerstone of the Guam Visitors Bureau local community branding campaign, and more than 700 businesses, government agencies, and other organizations have taken the pledge since it first started in 2009.
Just in time for Christmas. Led by the veterans of Guam Motorcycle Club, thousands of toys were delivered to Catholic Social Services and the Salvation Army on Monday morning to be distributed to families in need. Spearheading toy drive efforts was the Marine Corps Reserve Toys for Tots program, who partnered with the Guam Chamber of Commerce, Toys R Us, Matson, and the veterans of Guam Motorcycle Club. Here's Captain Nathan Adams and Gunnery Sergeant Justin Park.
It has been a very successful year, and this is all thanks to the Guam community and everything that you guys did for us, and most importantly, what we did for the children here on Guam.
The level of commitment to give and to communicate with us and tell us more effective ways of doing this. I've been here 3 years, and every year it's gotten better in my opinion, and better toys, more involvement.
In addition to Monday's special delivery, 600 toys will be delivered to children in the CNMI. Families who have pre-registered with Salvation Army will be able to pick up and choose their toys later this week.
Well, Chris Santa had a busy morning arriving on a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. He joined members of the Guam Memorial Hospital Volunteers Association as they spread the holiday cheer through the hospital with carols and gifts. Fondly known as the Pink Ladies for their pink vests, the GMH volunteers will make an encore performance at the GMH Skilled Nursing Unit in Barrigada on January 6th during their Three Kings luncheon.
Keeping in the spirit of giving, the Bank of Hawaii lobby in Hagutney was transformed into a massive Christmas wrapping station. On Sunday morning, hundreds of volunteers participated in the Sugar Plum Tree's 33rd annual Big Wrap event. All the donated gifts will be distributed to abused, neglected, and other children in need, as well as disabled adults and the island's Manamku.
Well, stick around. Sports is next, but first, your island weather.
Christmas, let there be joy, and let the light shine on the ones who need it most. Let there be Christmas, so merry and bright. Let all the children be in safe passing night. Please, Mr. Santa, you don't know how grateful I would be. Oh, no, no. Whoa.
There's a reason why you keep going. When it's your own hard work that brought you to this point. You do everything to protect what you've earned. Because every move that brings you closer to your goals leaves you no excuse but to keep moving forward. This is what makes you and Alpha.
We get to walk.
Jen.
Mark! Wow, it's been a long time.
It has. How you been?
Good, really good. Jake, this is Mark. We used to date.
Oh. Hey, Chief.
Cool.
So easy to dip.
See you, man.
So hard to put down.
It was nice.
Rolled chicken tacos are back. Tasty shredded chicken rolled up with your choice of dips. Only at Taco Bell.
Your love is like a fireplace. Your warm, sweet embrace. I want to see your face again. Your love is like a fireplace. Your warm, sweet embrace. I want to see your face again. 'Cause I'm caught up in the current of your love. As you walk in, the ice around my heart begins to melt in. The floodgates start to open as you rush in. I'm caught up in the current of your love. Alright, speeding, I can feel your energy, it's peaking.
If you like your pizza loaded with cheese, then have we got a crust for you. Pizza Hut's Ultimate Cheesy Crust Pizza. 16 cheesy pockets overflowing with a 5-cheese blend of melted cheeses. Only from Pizza Hut and only for a limited time. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. I'll get you NFL scores and highlights from the Vikings and Bengals game in just a bit. But first off, some girls' high school wrestling for you. Check it out. The 2017 IIAAG Girls High School Wrestling season came to an end with champions in both the boys and girls divisions being crowned at the FD Phoenix Center. The girls hit the mats first with the Simon Sanchez Lady Sharks sweeping 6 out of 6 matches last Friday. The Sharks also walked away with their 6th consecutive team title with a total of 124 points. The Sharks won 3 of their matches via pin, 2 DQs, and 1 by points. Sanchez started off the all-island meet with 3 straight wins. Aviani Terlahi won her match over Academy wrestler Ani Duenas by pin. Paulina Duenas and Samantha Torres won their matches after their opponents were disqualified after 3 clinching calls were made by the referee. The FDMS girls placed second this season with a team total of 115 points. Andrea Salas defeated teammate Chloe Stanley via points. The match went all 3 rounds in favor of Salas. Lauren Lujan was victorious in her 122-pound matchup with Tees High's Corina Salas by pin. Annabelle Basto fought hard to earn the win via pin over Titans wrestler Stacy Falagoy, who took the match to the 3rd and final round. This year's boys high school baseball season is down to the last 4 teams. Make sure to head down to the Paseo Stadium to catch the semifinals on Wednesday. The 5th seed Simon Sanchez Sharks will take on the number 1 seed Father Duenas Friars at 5 p.m. And then the number 2 seed Tees High Titans face the 3rd seed George Washington Geckos at 7 p.m. Winners advance to the championship game scheduled for Saturday at 7 p.m. at the Paseo Stadium. Now for your NFL highlights, the Vikings hosting Andy Dalton and the Bengals. Dalton gets picked off by Eric Kendricks, who takes it 31 yards to the house for the touchdown. Kendricks also finished the game with 5 tackles, 3 solo, and 1 for a loss. Minnesota all business at home. Case Keenum finished the game 20 of 23 for 236 yards and 2 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs with the touchdown reception. This good from 20 yards out. Jerick McKinnon led all receivers today with 114 yards on 7 receptions. Vikings improved to 11-3 on the season with the 34-7 blowout win at home. Dalton held to 113 yards passing with 2 interceptions. Terrence Newman, the former Bengal, with the INT here. Let's take a look at the rest of your scores now. The Bills got the win over the Dolphins 24-16. The Ravens beat the Browns 27-10. The Vikings got the win in the game we just showed you over the Bengals. Saints 31-19 winners over the Jets. The Eagles beat the Giants 34-29. Eli Manning almost able to make the comeback, and the Redskins got the win over the Cardinals 20-15. The Panthers played spoilers to the Packers as Aaron Rodgers made his way back onto the field 31-24. The Jags, they clinched a playoff spot for the first time since 2007 with the 45-7 win over the Texans. The Rams take it to the Seahawks in Seattle 42-7. Patriots slip past the Steelers 27-24. The 49ers make it 3 games in a row with a W 25-23 over the Titans, and the Cowboys get by the Raiders by a score of 20-17. Well, that's going to do it for sports. We're back right after this.
I had a dream. I walked into a dealership, picked out a new car, gave them no money, and they're letting me drive it for free the next 3 months. At Nissan Guam, your dream has become a reality during the premier year-end event. For the holidays, you can drive away a new Nissan with no money down and not make a payment for the next 3 months. It's on the house, no money down. We make your first 3 payments. Just sign and drive away. For details, stop by Nissan Upper Tumon or log on NissanGuam.com.
Say hello to the widest 4G LTE network in the Marianas, Guam, Saipan, Tinian, and Rota. When your passion goes beyond your island, choose a plan that takes you further. With Docomo Pacific's My Plans, you can do a lot throughout the Marianas. 20 gigs for $79 or 30 gigs for $99. All the data you need to connect, share, and make all your ideas happen. Dream big, reach higher with My Plans. Docomo Pacific, better together.
They're getting ready for a hot deal. Looking for the new McPick 2 for $5. Going for savory, juicy, and crispy. It's good! Choose 2 fan favorites on the McPick 2 for $5 menu. Looks like the McPick 2 for $5 deal is gaining some attention. Just like we thought, more taste is coming to the new menu. What a powerhouse! The McPick 2 for $5 menu has your favorites. Choose 2 for $5.
Gifts crafted by human hands move us the most, especially those infused with the passion of the people who create them. This holiday, treat yourself to a Mazda, crafted just for you. Celebrate the season with a test drive today. Mazda. Driving matters.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
Happy birthday, Dennis D. Natal.
Nativity Gumavon Cantonese, a happy 26th birthday. Currently residing in Seoul, Korea. Love your family.
Taylor Shea. Nendiola. Nenny Diola.
Yeah, Adrian Blas, happy birthday also going out to you.
Happy birthday, Cabrini Jean Titano.
And happy belated birthday to Jessica Dancel.
Antonorel Christine Gumabon.
John M. Tadagui Jr., love Savannah, Noah, Tina, Keisha, and your Guam, Cali, and New York family. We love you.
Happy birthday to you, Shayna Leatao.
And happy belated to Anthony Tadagui. Love your favorite sister.
Remember, you can be part of our Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo your name and your birthday so we can celebrate you.
And that's going to do it for us here on the news desk. Stay tuned. Extras next.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.